372. The Man Who Became a Fox. Jianling's Mr. X of 14, who made a living selling alcohol, would often dilute his wine with water and add some narcotic substances to the wine vat. Even those who could hold their liquor would become dead drunk after just a few cups. As a result, his wine gained a good reputation akin to the ancient Zhongshan 15, fine wine, and he became wealthy, with assets worth tens of thousands of gold coins. One day, Mr. X woke up to find a drunk fox sleeping by the wine trough. He tied up the fox's limbs with a rope and was about to fetch a knife when the fox woke up. It pleaded, "Please don't kill me. Whatever you desire, I can fulfill it for you." Mr. X then untied the rope. The fox rolled on the ground and immediately transformed into a human. At that time, the eldest daughter-in-law of the Sun family on the same street was harassed by a fox spirit. Mr. X asked the fox spirit about this matter, and it admitted, "That was me." Mr. X had seen the younger sister of the eldest daughter-in-law and thought she was more beautiful than the eldest daughter-in-law. So he requested the fox spirit to take him along. Reluctantly, the fox spirit agreed. Arriving at a cave, the fox spirit took out a brown garment and gave it to Mr. X, saying, "This belonged to my deceased brother. Wear it and you can come with me." Mr. X immediately put on the brown clothes and went home, but no one could see him. It was only when he changed back into his usual clothes that his family could see him. Mr. X was overjoyed and went with the fox to the Sun family's house. There, they saw a huge talisman on the wall depicting a winding dragon. The fox, terrified, said, "The monk is too powerful. I won't go in." With that, it hurriedly fled. Mr. X cautiously approached and saw that it was indeed a real dragon coiled on the wall, poised to take flight. Shocked and frightened, Mr. X quickly ran out. It turned out that the Sun family had brought in an outsider monk to exorcise evil spirits from their home. The monk had sent a painted talisman to be placed on the wall before his arrival. The next day, the monk arrived and set up an altar to perform rituals. Neighbors gathered to watch, and Mr. X was among them. Suddenly, his face changed dramatically, and he dashed away as if being chased. He ran outside, fell to the ground, and immediately transformed into a fox, still wearing human clothes on its limbs. The monk intended to kill it, but Mr. X's wife pleaded desperately, bowing her head. The monk instructed Mr. X's wife to take the fox back home. She provided food and drink for it every day, but after a few months, it still died. 373. Good judges, really? In the house of Sun Wuli, there was a servant who lived alone in a room. He felt as if he was taken away in A to zhiyi. He arrived at a palace and saw King Yama sitting above. He looked at him carefully and said, "Wrong, it's not this person." So he sent him back. After returning, he was very scared and moved to another room to live. Another servant in this house named Gua and saw the bed empty, so he slept on it. There was another servant in this house named Li Lu, who had a grudge against the servant and had long wanted to retaliate. That night, he entered the room with a knife, touched it with his hand, thought it was the servant, and killed him. Gua An's father reported it to the government. At this time, Chen Qishan was the county magistrate and did not severely punish Li Lu. Gua's father cried in grief, "I only have this son in my half-life, who will I rely on for life now?" The county magistrate Chen sentenced Li Lu to be Gua's father's son. Gua's father had to go back with his grievances. The peculiarity of this matter is not that the servant saw a ghost, but the judgment of Chen Qishan. In a county on the west side of Jinan Prefecture, there was a murderer. The victim's wife sued him. The county magistrate was furious, slapped the public case and cursed, "You made a good couple into a widow. Now you are assigned to her as a husband, and you also call your wife a widow." So he judged the two to become husband and wife. This kind of wise judgment is all done by officials who are scholars, and those who become officials through other channels can't do it. And Chen Qishan is a tribute student who also judges cases like this, which really shows that no channel can't produce talents.